G'day everyone, it's Warren and Colleen from NQ Explorers. We're out in the magnificent autumn weather in Queensland again, and we're at the site of an old school that was established in 1876 and it was abandoned in the 1960s. So there's been no modern habitation since, and it's handy that that's the case, so that with all the coins we find here will be pre-decimal, plus there'll be some wonderful Victorian relics, I'm sure. It wasn't a large school. I assume there's a residence attached. There are some ruins left which we'll show you, and there's an enormous footy oval next to it, so lots of scope for detecting and further videos. This is our first visit to the site. Let's see what we turn up. Well, thanks for watching. We'll be back shortly with our first find. Okay, well, I'm back on the AT Pro today. Colleen's got a Max. I've got the standard coil on the Pro, the double D 11.5. She's just yelled out she's got a nice old timers button, so that's her first 19th century relic. Here's another old school relic, partly disturbed by me, but pretty much a sunbaker. That is a very old style tap. That's an absolute ripper. Unfortunately the top's broken off, but that's a beautiful old tap. That's going in the collection. Awesome.
Okay, just digging around an old post here. I found a little bit of lead, and now I've just uncovered a button. It does have something written on it there. I can't quite make it out, but I'll clean it up. Yeah, so that's an old button anyway. So, good start for the day.
Colleen working on a target over there with the Max. Looks like the old footy goalpost. Anyway, over here I've got the potential for a good find. I'll do a semi-live dig. I've already stripped the surface. 8081 repeatable. Since the school closed in 1964, it's not like, which is the end of decimal currency coincidentally, there's not likely to be any nice little target there interfered with a bit by that little weed, but 1964, so it's all pre-decimal stuff. No modern activity since then, so potential for really good finds. Just in here somewhere. Just lost my hat. It's a bit windy today, so that might affect the audio. Apologies in advance for that. Oh, we've got a coin. Knew that'd be in here. It's a pre-decimal penny. It's a beautiful 84. Well, 8081, sorry. Jumping to 84. What do we got here? She's a rue penny. I think it's 1956. So that'll be QE2, I guess. Well, I don't guess, I know. She's definitely on the throne. I think it's 1950 or 56. I'll give it a bush clean and we'll have a look. What a ripper. It's just copped a bush clean. It's I'm wrong as usual. You've got to expect that from me. It's a 1950 kangaroo penny, King George V. I think QE2 came to the throne in 54 from memory, so 1950. I thought it was a 56, but it's a 50. There we go. Great start to the day. We've only been here 15 minutes maybe. Another ripper of a find here, second coin in about 10 minutes. This is really hard ground and it's just a public reserve, so we don't need to dig plugs here. We're just using the prospecting picks and backfilling. This is the hole, very deep dig. Got a halfpenny down at the bottom of the hole there. You can see. Oh, it's an old Britannia, I think. Oh yeah, it's old Britannia. Victoria, I'm pretty sure it's 1890. Okay, let's give it a bush clean and have a look. Well, it's an absolute ripper. Look at that patina on that coin. It's an English halfpenny, 1890. Got a Victoria on the back there with the hair in a nice braid. Victoria de Gracia. So that dates from the very early times of the school, 1876 school. That coin was about 8 inches down compared to the 1950 penny, which is about 2 inches down, so that all makes sense. Well, I knew the old coins had been here. Bit of research always pays off. These old school sites are always good spots. And that coin absolutely magnificent condition. You can see the lighthouse on the shoreline there perfectly. Hope you can see that on the video. Very happy with that. Okay, Colleen's got a little jumpy 79, 80, 81. Very compact little target. It's out of a pinpointer range, so this is good. Because that halfpenny was well deep. You got to take off 2 inches of the grass too, of course. But of course, Max here, lots of grunt, much more distinct audio than what I was getting on the Pro, but I was definitely getting it. We both checked it. It's on the tip of the coil, as you can see. I'll just film this live because of the wind factor. I'll try to shield the microphone. Yeah, oh, well, that's good. I think it is deep. See how hard and dry this ground is. You may be able to pinpoint it shortly. A bit harder to pinpoint with a bigger core, but we need it here in this ground because of the amount of dry grass. But those 2 coins I've dug so far, plus Colleen's button, which I haven't seen, I'm assuming, are very well preserved because it's the dry, like inert sort of clay conditions. The ground balance is about 75, just as a little bit of extra information on these machines, so it's only moderate mineralization. That last coin was 7 or 8 inches, the old Britannia coin, so we're likely at that depth here.
It said 25 centimetres on
Did
it.
it?
Yeah. But it's very compact, the soil.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely can't use a shovel or a... Okay. This is good. It's a good high number at about a similar depth to that other coin. Okay, we've got the target out. This is it. It's a magnificent piece of machined Victorian brass. Looks vaguely familiar. It's some sort of mechanism key. What do you reckon that is? It's not a clock key, obviously, but it's really well machined and it's perfectly square keyway.
It's nice.
Beautiful brass. Like I said, that's the patina on the coins. It's just beautiful. On the alloys. Gee, that's a nice bit of gear, actually. I think it looks familiar, but I don't know what it is. Never mind. Well, that was a good dig and it was quite deep. So that's kind of the layer we're looking at, the Victoriana.
Okay, I'm just on another target there. It's about 47, 48, so it's not a coin, but I was just interested to see what it's going to be. And while I was digging, I uncovered this. It looks like a piece of porcelain. I was wondering if perhaps it's part of a handle from a chamber pot, perhaps, because it's a big solid piece and it looks like a handle, so I was just wondering perhaps it is. Okay, we'll see what's in the hole now.
Right, well, this is a 58 signal, and I always dig 58s because I know they're half sovereigns. When Colleen found that half sovereign a couple of years back, that was the exact signal on an AT Pro, so you're about to see a half sovereign coming out of the ground. Or not.
Piece of lead, perhaps.
Oh, don't talk it down, I haven't got there yet. Oh, I've dropped it in the long grass. Hang on a minute. There's some mineralised pockets here that I'm getting signals in the Pro pointer. Yeah, it's
sounds good.
A bit jumpy. Well, anyway, you'll see the gold when it comes out. It'll be bright yellow. Okay, it's down here. Okay, it's in my hand. I just dropped it. There it is. Half sovereign. Nice. Here's another nice old historic relic. It's a file. Maybe from the groundsman's workshop area. I don't know. I believe I'm near what is the remains of an old hitching rail I'll show you later, but that old file has been in the ground a long time. Well, there's not much left of the old school, structure-wise, but here's something. It looks like the old hitching rail. It's out the back under a big tree. I'm going to suggest that maybe from the 30s or 40s it's still here. I wouldn't know, but that's what it looks like. It's not part of a fence line. Colleen just picked up a nice old relic here. In the wind, unfortunately. Oh, it's a beautiful old brass doorknob.
Yeah, doorknob.
That's off the old, the back door of the school maybe, eh?
There's the screw.
Yeah.
Tight.
Nice.
Okay, this is my next target, right here.
Yeah, I'm coming over to gloat over this. This is awesome.
It
That's got to be silver. It's like a locket with a... Is that like lapis lazuli, whatever you call it? What's that blue stone?
I don't know.
That's just incredible find. What if the chain's still here?
It's still got the little
Yeah.
thing on the
But look
top.
at the ornate. That's definitely Victoriana.
Yeah.
That is... Well, it's the find of the day so far. That's just gorgeous. That'll be hallmarked.
It
What's
is
on the other
lovely,
side?
isn't it? I just looks
No, that's
like
not
silver,
you.
doesn't
You
it?
didn't hit it. That's...
Oh, there's something. Is there something written on the back there? I'd have to clean that and have a good look.
They'll give it a
Maybe
bush
a-
clean.
Maybe you did get a little hit.
Oh, I hope not.
Yeah, there's something written on it.
It'll be definitely hallmarked. It's a silver locket of some
Yeah, it looks
description.
like it. Mm. But it's,
Nice.
it's quite, yeah.
What was the target ID?
Oh, it was a bit iffy. I wasn't even going to
Yeah,
do
well,
that.
a lot of the stuff is because of the depth and the angles.
Yeah.
Nice
I'm
work.
surprised the stone's still in it. That's lovely.
Okay, here's a close-up of that find, giving it a bush clean. We thought Colleen had winged it, but it was just an ancient injury. It's actually slightly distorted, as you can see. It is very high quality hallmark sterling with all this ornate leaf design and a T-shaped hallmark, isn't it, with the various devices. I'm going to say it's English, 1890s, 1880s. It'll have a date on it though. And an unidentified stone in the front. Wow, that's just an awesome old Victorian relic. Look at the quality of that silver. Well, that's fine to the day so far. It's going to be hard to top that unless we get some gold. Let's get into it. Still hot on the heels of Colleen's Victorian silver there. Let's have a quick look at it. It's got an anchor, British sterling mark. I think anchor is Birmingham. I'll just check that. Anyway, we'll subtitle that information on that and do some still photos. I'm not quite in that league, but it's definitely Victorian lampware, or looks like a little hinge system there. Just pressed copper or brass or some sort of alloy. Lovely high tone. But there's a lot of good old Victoriana in here. We're picking it up. Have a look at this weather today. It's autumn in Queensland. Blue sky and the ghost gum. Doesn't get any better than this. That's why we love this hobby. We're out here doing this in this weather. It's just beautiful. But I'm going to go semi-live here after Colleen's last find. I'm getting my bum kicked big time. So this is a solid 75-76, very compact. I'm down about 3 inches into the soil with the Pro. Pro audio mode. You can hear them. I'm getting louder and louder as I go. Very small, compact target. I like it. I've sort of moved over to Colleen's brooch area. I'm poaching on her spot. That's what we do. Okay, target's out. I didn't see it come out, but it's small. You can see this. Oh no, it's still in there. Just break this clay up and it should just pop out. I've got a coin. Awesome. Looks like another halfpenny. Probably, another Britannia at that depth and with that target ID, because the English alloys are different to ours. Okay, here's the coin. Probably a English coin from the target ID. It's definitely a halfpenny. In very good condition again. I'm going to have to give it a bush clean and get it up close so we can see what it is. But great neck and good depth. Could be Victorian. Well, there's my Australian halfpenny. It's a KG5 1926. Once again, great definition and a wonderful patina under the grime that these coins are showing from this site. Just an awesome site. Clearly has never been detected. Colleen and I are the first ones in here, which is incredible since it was abandoned. Well, more than 60 years ago. Anyway, that's a magnificent coin. As you saw, it was a solid, repeatable. We're going to walk past that one. Right, I didn't do a live dig here. This is 78. It's out in this mullock heap. Just an old bit of, it's not modern rubbish, it's a very old bit of tin, an old lid off a, oh actually, it's an interesting old lid off a, it's got a very ornate flower pattern on it. I'd say it's the, yeah, it looks to be a lid, but you might be able to see that. So I'll bring it up close. Got a bit of an ornate pattern on it, nice. Well, I've just had a cup of tea and a biscuit for morning tea, and we're back into it. And in here, another semi-live job. I've got the ground opened up there, as you can see. You can now anyway. With a bit of wind noise, I'm sorry, but the signal is awfully loud though. I'm a bit concerned about that, but very, it's compact. It's in the middle of that dig there. Let's take the soil around there. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's why it's loud. It's the top off the tap. Well, that makes sense. I'm at the front on the road verge, top of the old brass tap at the front of the schoolhouse. Not ideal here. We're in long grass and the filming conditions aren't easy, but the wind's died back a bit. Look at this. Look at this. Hear this. Lovely. That's an 85. Small compact target. I haven't touched the ground, as you can see, so that, if that's a coin, it'll be silver. Here's hoping. Love these old schoolyards. So you can see it's small targets there. These old schoolyards, you just don't know what's going to come out of them. Great places to detect, especially places like this which are untouched. Okay. On the side then. Oh, it's a coin. Just, I don't know if you saw that penny pop out. There's my prediction of silver gone south, but have a look at that. Big old, with a target ID like that, it's probably Australian. Yeah, it's KG 6. That'll be a kangaroo. Let's clean it up close and get a date. Well, there she is. It's a kangaroo penny, King George VI. I think it's 1953. You can see it under the tail of the kangaroo there. I think it's a 53 penny. A high number. Kangaroo coins always give a high number because of their the alloy content. It's a copper tin alloy, of course. So yeah. I nearly didn't dig this one. It was very jumpy. Bit of a rewarder with a beautiful Victorian thimble in the condition I usually find them, squashed. That'll clean up all right. Not silver, but we've got an idea. We've sort of drifted off to the side a bit into maybe what was the school teacher's house, because they always had a residence for the school teacher. I'm not sure how big the school was. I'll research that, pupil-wise. Could have been 2 or 3 teachers, but there was always a residence for teachers. And we seem to be finding these domestic items, but anyway, they could have been using thimbles at the school, I guess, sewing classes and such. Nice. Well, here's my next target. It's a Victorian hemweight. There's a lead, obviously, and you can see where it's got the hole in the centre to sew it through the seam of a petticoat or a long dress. So, could have been the school teacher's hemweight. I don't know. Okay, Colleen's just called me over. She's got a thimble. This is our second one of the day.
Squashed.
Oh yeah, they generally are, aren't they? Well, well, it's cleaner. It's in better nick than mine was. That's great. Well, look, there could have been a few old houses associated with this school area. Hence the old thimbles. But anything from the Victorian times, you do get these thimbles. There's a lot of clothing repair went on. Nice. Righto, what have we got here, Colleen?
It's a 7072 signal.
Right.
It says it's not too deep.
It's a pretty loud target, so it's not going to be far down.
No.
Or it's going to be large. I'll just protect the camera from the wind here. We might get better audio. See what we've got. What was the depth of? I think that's some soil.
Oh, something's gone on.
There's in there.
Is that it? Oh, it is. What is it? Just a bit of lead, is it?
I thought it was a broken Chinese coin. No, that's your target though.
Mm.
It's I'm not sure what that is. I don't think it's. It could be lead.
Oh.
This preparation you can see is we're about to film a live dig here. Over preparing for it. So what have we got here? Thanks.
80.
Good solid 80. Bit of wind there, sorry, but oh, it's a lovely sharp, clean signal.
About 15 centimetres, so that's
6 inches.
yeah.
Which will be 4 under the soil with the grass compensation. It's pretty. There's no tone roll.
No.
A little bit of grunt on the side, but that's you want to cut a pretty wide path here in case you, especially with the pointy bit, because we don't know about the depth here. We wanted to go quite deep. That's what I'm getting at. We picked a little bit up there. Yeah, it's in there. Alright. Yeah, it's still undisturbed. The deeper we go, the better we get. Well, the more hopeful, the deeper we go, the more chance it's Victorian. Because there was a noticeable depth difference between the 2 Australian coins I got. Well, I'm suggesting this is a coin, and the Victorian coin. We're getting close now. You'd actually need a bigger pick, don't you?
Yeah.
This one's too small for this ground. It is so hard and dry here, as you can see. That's all right, they're the conditions we're used to. I'd say you might have got it out now. Righto, after a little bit of extra digging there that you didn't see, Collins revealed the target. Oh, it's a big slide bolt. Oh, look at that. That could have a brand name on it, probably. Yeah, it's a slide bolt off a cupboard or a trunk or something. Nice.
Okay, this signal is about 76. It's quite strong and it's solid. There's no iron audio coming through. So about 15 centimetres. So let's dig around a little. Oops. There it is. It's popped out already. Not quite sure if you can see it there. Down here. Just popped out. So, looks like about the size of a halfpenny. And it's an old one. Commonwealth halfpenny. Yeah, I'm going to have to clean that one to get the date off it. Yeah, well, that's my first coin for the day. So, that's quite exciting. Yeah, so it wasn't too far down really. That's the hole it was in. So only about 3 inches. Okay, so I've given that a bit of a bush clean there. I'm not sure if you'll see it, but it's a 1926. So we've managed to get the date off it. I'll give it a bit of a clean up when we get home. 1926. I've just cleared this little bit of ground. There's a signal, good strong signal in there. It's coming up 80 to 82. So I don't think it's a halfpenny, but could be a penny, I guess. So it's not far from where I found the halfpenny. I'll just check with the pro pointer. Oh, over this side, yes. Nice and strong in there. Let's try and dig around a little bit. Let's bring it up. Yeah. So it's come out. Yep, it's a coin and looks like the size of a penny. Just turn that off. Oops. Yep. So that's beautiful. Oh, it's a nice one too. Okay, so it is a 1933 penny. It's in good condition, except I've just done a bit of a mark on that. I'm a bit annoyed about that, but it's a beautiful penny. That side's a bit, yeah, that one's a bit corroded there, I think. Alright.
Right, I'm at the front of the old school. I've got an awesome find here. It was only a 60 something signal. It's a costume ring, definitely 19th century. It's got 2 stones in it. I haven't cleaned it yet. That was a beautiful, solid, repeatable target. And it's in pretty good nick, actually. I don't think it's a children's ring. It looks like a woman's ring. I'll give it a clean now. In the got a gold pan full of water. Go and give it a clean and see what it looks like when it's all polished up. We'll see if it's hallmarked. I've just given this little ring a wash. It's a Victorian costume. May have been gold plated at some point. 2 stones, probably just polished glass. Typical of what you find in the Victorian the goldfields like this. Where these old schools are located, pioneer settlements, that kind of thing from the mid 1800s onwards. So I'm really happy with that. I don't find that many rings, but that's a nice little bit of history, really. Someone would have been very sad to have lost it way back in 1875 or whenever it was. I like it.